Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now we've seen a lot going on with Opendoor stock over the last few days. Most notably, we've seen a significant rally in the stock's price. Just look to where we were on the 21st, right? And look to the highs that we've seen recently. An increase of 73%. Quite impressive to say the least. However, today, when we look at the stock's chart, you can see, despite initially some green momentum taking us up by 12%, coming into the lunchtime and the late part of the day, the stock dropped by a further 20%. Overall, this means that for the day, we were down by 9.3%, a 47-cent drop over the course of today. Now, with all of that being said, the question on a lot of people's minds is, where does this one go next? And whilst nobody can say for sure, and whilst I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, I'll be giving you my personal thoughts and opinions all the way through this video. So if it sounds good, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, this stock has seen a lot of volatility, and a lot of people think that more upwards momentum is coming here. Now, obviously, anything at this point, really anything at any point, really, in the last couple of weeks at least, is going to be a risky play. But I think what we have seen sort of confirmed recently is that this stock does still have massive potential. Now, what I mean by that is, if you have a look historically, if you have a look since really we saw this initial push, we went down and we struggled to break above the level of about 260, 265. We just had a lot of difficulty getting and remaining above that point. Brief break above it here, didn't really hold. Brief break above it here, didn't really hold. Didn't really hold up here, didn't really hold up here. Then we saw this one come up quite a bit. You know, like I say, middle part of August, we saw this one run. And now we hit this new level. We weren't able to break above 385, 390. Then we saw this really break, and we've gone up higher. We've also seen this one go higher than our previous high of 496, which again, very bullish sign. Lots of stocks, and I need to go into the simple chart to really highlight this. Let's go 6 month. Lots of stocks that see this sort of run, 200, 300%, they just don't have any more potential to jump. Seeing this one going higher, in my opinion, is a very good sign, and a very promising sign. Now, whether you want to play this stock is up to you, right? I'm not going to give you my personal opinions. I think there is an inevitable amount of risk here. I think there is an inevitable amount of volatility. And really, this is one of these plays that could go either way. However, with that being said, and you should all really know that, there are a few things to pay attention to. Now, I know the drop that we've seen today of 9% is going to shake a lot of people. Of course it would do. But when we're up as far as we are in the last week or so, contextually, this is not big at all. Now, where we are coming down to is a key level for a number of reasons. This has been a previous level of resistance, really. We've seen this as a resistance round about here. One of the points that we were just not able to break above. Now, this was also to a degree a resistance back here. And the question is, does the trend actually reverse? And does this become a new support? Now, in the later part of the day, post-market so far, down by 0.3%. However, it's still far too early to say. Now, what I also want to pay attention to is stock markets broadly today were down, right? Stock markets all across the board were down. Dow Jones being down by 0.7, S&P down by 0.4, Nasdaq down by 0.2, and Russell down by nearly 1%. Everything is in the red today. This is not exceptional. This is not particularly out of order, right? Now, if that trend does change, I think there's a lot more momentum potential here. And even now, I wouldn't necessarily say that this one is entirely done. I think there's that absolute potential for explosive growth here. I do see that being the case. And if that is the case, this volatility, you're going to have to expect it, right? You're going to have to expect it. But there is also that possibility that this doesn't hold up. So we're going to want to hold tomorrow above, well, ideally where we are right now. Like I say, this level working as a support. We want to see us holding above 445. That would be ideal. If we're not able to hold on to that, could be looking to go back to previous supports, which I'm going to call roughly, we'll call it 424. If not, looking to go back down to even lower supports in the $3 range. If not though, and if we open up green tomorrow, if we are able to break above, which I don't think, if the upwards momentum does come back in, I don't think it will be that hard at all. If we are able to break above the day highs of recent and we hit let's say 580, 590 and beyond, I think the potential to go up significantly higher than that is absolutely there. But do bear in mind, no matter which way you want to play this, again, and I can't stress this enough, risk management is going to be your best friend. It's a risky play, it's a risky stock, and as much as there is that upside potential, as much as many people are throwing out price targets of $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, and whilst that would be ideal, you've also got to consider how things would look and how things would play out in your mind if that wasn't to actually happen and if that wasn't the case. So make sure you're aware of both situations. Like I say, I'm not here to make your mind up for you. I'm just here to bring awareness to the reality of both sides of the coin. Now, like I say, today's drop not too significant given the context. We are still seeing that momentum on the candles sort of accelerating as candles go lower and lower, but that's not really unexpected, right? We've seen a massive push up here. There is going to be a lot to look forward to, and I think red days, not necessarily that bad. Again, 10%, 9% sounds terrible, but in context, not awful. Are we going to be able to pick that up and see this one rise tomorrow? I'll leave that ultimately up for you to decide. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I do hope I'll see you again. Goodbye.